Hello, and welcome back to the Ray Report, where we talk everything politics, Trump, Biden, 2024 election, and beyond. Today, we're about to talk about the Nevada primaries that happened today on February 6th. And guess what happened? Nikki Haley lost. That's right. Nikki Haley lost to Donald Trump wasn't even on the ballot on the primary. Now, the caucus is happening on February 8th, where he is on the ballot. But today, February 6th, he was not on the ballot. Joe Biden was, Nikki Haley was, I think Mike Pence was. And guess what happened? That's right. Nikki Haley and all the others lost to none of the candidates. So people had the option to vote for Nikki Haley, Mike Pence, DeSantis, name your candidate, and none of those candidates. And guess which option got the most votes? That's right. None of the candidates, which represents Donald Trump. Over 68% of the people voted for none of the candidates on the primary ballot, which was Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis, Mike Pence, and a couple other bums. So here we have it, February 6th. It's clear Nikki Haley has no path to the Republican nomination. And on February 8th, when the Nevada caucuses happen, where Trump is in the ballot, it is going to be clear. Nikki Haley needs to drop out of the race because the next primary, the next caucus, the next option for people to cast their vote is South Carolina, which is her home state. And everybody in South Carolina is going to vote for Trump. And this is going to be the embarrassment of a lifetime for Nikki Haley. You can't even win your own state. If you can't win your own state, what are you doing? And so the answer is she should drop out today. Why? So that she can keep her political stature. She's not going to be vice president. She's not going to be ambassador to NATO. She's not going to be anything really. But she won't lose her entire career. And so, at this point, it's clear Donald Trump is going to be the Republican nominee. However, there is this clamor out there. There is these people out there who keep talking about the Super Bowl, and more specifically, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and Taylor Swift being psychops. In other words, Kansas City is going to win the Super Bowl, and Taylor Swift is going to marry Kelce on the Super Bowl stage at the end of the Super Bowl. And then she's going to come out and she's going to support Joe Biden. I think that's crazy talk. I think that's crazy talk, and let me tell you why. Anybody who comes out and supports Joe Biden today loses so much of their own credibility. Taylor Swift would lose probably half of her audience if she comes out and supports a guy like Joe Biden. I'm not saying if she comes out and supports a Democrat. No, that's different. Supporting a guy like Joe Biden, everybody in the universe understands this guy is not up to the task. He can't think, he can't walk, he can't talk. Bumbling Joe Biden. And if you're Taylor Swift, who has this kind of cachet, and you're going to endorse, you're going to give bumbling Joe Biden your credibility? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Even though Travis Kelce keeps coming out and telling us all to get jabbed up again, get our 17th COVID shot, because that's going to save us from COVID, 25 now? I don't know what version we're on. But get out of here, bro. I'm over you, Travis Kelce. Stop it. Like, you're not cool no more. Anybody who comes out and tells me try to get a COVID vaccine and like get your 17th jab because like, this is gonna keep you from dying from COVID. Come on, you've lost your credibility. The best thing going for Travis Kelce right now is that he caught a bunch of passes against the Baltimore Ravens and he had a big game. Had he not, his season was trash this year. It relative for him and other tight ends, Mark Andrews, George Kittle. I mean, Rob Gronkowski. It's Gronk. It's best that he's retired because Kelsey is nothing more than a glam tight end. I would call him a glam tight end. He's a receiver. Homeboy he doesn't block. If he wants to catch somebody blindside, whatever. But he's not Gronk. He's not pulverizing guys out of bounds, right? And catching one-handed pass. No, look at the league drops. I'm sorry, I'm going into a football tangent here, but look at the drops around the league. And Kansas City leads the league in drops. Why? Because of Kelsey. He's not that guy. Like, he's a product of the NFL switching over to, you can't roughhouse tight ends. You can't put your hands, there's no holding, or pass interference is so easy in these days. So anyways, respect the guy. His brother's great as a center. Like, the family's great. Who am I, right? But I'm not taking advice on my medical health from Travis Kelce. This dude was partying, putting down, come on now, crashing vehicles. Like, come on now. Anybody who's taking any advice from this guy, you could take it. Here's the realm I would take advice from Travis Kelce from: how to block as a tight end, how to get open as a tight end, how to catch passes from Patrick Mahomes, how to run routes. I'm not taking financial advice. I'm not taking medical advice. I'm not taking any advice, but respect the guy, what he does. Moving on to the actual. So my point is, I don't think there's a conspiracy between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I just don't. I don't think the NFL can I don't think Taylor Swift has obviously a bigger audience than Travis Kelce. So the story here is Taylor Swift. I don't think she's a Democrat operative from the moment she was born. In fact, I think the Democrat Party would probably move on her. Like, if Taylor Swift says, hey, I'm pro, let's build a wall, then I think the Democrat Party would move to let's build a wall. I don't think the Democrat Party comes out to her and says, hey, we're pro-immigration. And she comes out and says, hey, I'm pro-immigration. I don't think that. No, I think she has way too much power, way too much individuality to be. She's not the deep state. But what is the deep state is a lot of these influencers who are like, oh, yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, oh, John Kerry, oh, these climate change, right? And then they get these middle managers to execute on their strategy. And these middle managers love being close to the power because they can go to their friends and their family and say, hey, look, I'm writing legislation. We're doing the good thing. But I don't think it's Taylor Swift. Just like I wouldn't think it would be Jim Morrison or Jimi Hendrix or Janis Joplin or whatever musical artist you would name of your time. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. I don't think these guys are swayed. I think the politicians are swayed by them. You understand what I'm saying? So if Snoop Dogg came out and said, hey, I'm pro-marijuana, I think the representatives and the senators would come out and say, I'm pro-marijuana. But I don't think he's saying he's pro-marijuana because, Dick Durbin of Illinois or, whatever senator, if, Charles Schumer, Chuck Schumer, whatever, pick your choice. I don't think Snoop Dogg's conforming to those politicians' ideologies. So anyways, enough about politics, a little bit about sports real quick. Kansas City, San Francisco, a rematch of a few years ago. Patrick Mahomes got lucky, had this pass downfield that luckily was caught a couple years ago. I can't remember the exact year. I think Jim Harbaugh was the coach. You know, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Anyways, it's a rematch. And I think the San Francisco 49ers are looking forward to playing the Kansas City Chiefs. And I know the narrative is that if Kansas City wins, it was all scripted by the NFL. They want Taylor Swift to be on the top and they want Kelsey to propose to her on stage and this, that, and the other. And I know San Francisco is a good football team. And I know they don't want to leave anything up to chance. However, the league is a quarterback league. And Patrick Mahomes is something special. And Kelsey could catch 0 passes. And I still think the Chiefs would probably win. Mahomes, Andy Reid, that football coach, which my bias is Mike Holmgren. Mike Holmgren is my favorite coach of all time. I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan. The Seahawks hired Mike Holmgren when we went to the Super Bowl. We got robbed by the refs against the Steelers in Super Bowl 40, I believe it was. But anyways, Andy Reid's a disciple of Mike Holmgren. And Andy Reid's, Andy Reid is now a legend of his own. Chiefs, Eagles, multiple Super Bowls with the Chiefs. Mahomes, a legend. I'm just thinking Purdy versus Mahomes. Mahomes is the better quarterback. He's going to see those reads. He's got weapons. It doesn't matter in the NFL anymore. Here's the thing. If the 49ers can run the ball with McCaffrey, they can control the defensive line with Bosa and Armstead, Fred Warner and Greenlaw as the second unit, the linebackers. If those front 7 can control the game, then I think the 49ers can win. However, I think the Chiefs have just different kind of playmakers. They got Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback, and he's heads and shoulders above Purdy. And they got this defensive lineman called Chris Jones, number 95, who's out of this world. Anytime you need a play, he makes a play. And so for me, my money would be on the Chiefs. Straight bet, I wouldn't take the money line. I would just say Chiefs straight up. If I had to give a score to the game, I'm going to give you something like 38-28. I think the Chiefs score 5 touchdowns and a field goal. I think the 49ers score 4 touchdowns. Not too bad. Christian McCaffrey is a solid player. Debo's a solid player. MVP, Pat Mahomes. Chiefs win. Taylor Swift, you're going to get a whole lot more of her. Enjoy it. Enjoy greatness. You don't get to see it every day. Appreciate the greatness. Not everybody can do it. Respect it for what it is. It's not all a conspiracy theory. If she comes out and she promotes Biden, that would break my heart. I think she's smarter than that. I think we all can see past Joe Biden. I mean, come on. Look at what's happening around the world. When we had Donald Trump as our president, how many wars we have? 0. We were ending wars. Donald Trump says if he gets into office, he's going to end the Ukraine-Russian war. I believe that he will. I absolutely believe that he will. He understands business. He understands dictators. He understands this type of negotiation. He will end that war. He will find the best solution for Ukraine, which is almost 0, just survive anymore at this point. And he'll make a deal with Russia. And then that will reciprocate into the Middle East. We're not going to fund Israel anymore to have a genocide against people. I don't care what the people did. History did not start on October 7th. Go back, read, understand. History did not start on October 7th. I'm not going to go into that there. But if we pulled our troops out of the Middle East, I promise you, Hezbollah, Hamas, all these terrorist organizations, we're not going to be targets anymore. We're not going to be dragged into World War III. We're not going to be dragged into Netanyahu's charades. Back in World War II days, Churchill would purposely guide US commercial ships into areas where the German bombers were blowing up ships. Why? Because he wanted the USA to get involved in World War II. And it happened enough times that finally we had to get involved. But we should be smarter now. No more. No more. We don't have an interest in that area. We don't need to be in that area. We don't need to rile up China, rile up Russia, rile up Iran. There's no way. We don't speak the language. We don't know the terrain. Like, how about we just come home, bring all of our troops home, protect our borders, build a wall, take care of our people here at home, just like every other country. This is not rocket science. This is so simple. And that's why Trump will continue to resonate with everybody, because he wants to empower and make the people here at home have security, whether it's job security, voice security, security with your weapon. Like, America is unlike any other country in this world. All these people that come to the USA, they're like, what? What is this? Freedom of speech? You guys can have guns? What? No. Every other country in the world doesn't understand freedom of speech. We're the weirdos around the country. Sorry, the world. Every other country thinks we're a weirdo because we stand for freedom of speech. Speaking out against your government, speaking out against we protect unpopular speech. River to the sea. I saw this Fox News promo. This college student was like, they were allowed to say river to the sea. Yeah, because we have free speech here. We protect free speech people do not like, because we believe in ideas. That's what America's all about. Whether this was on Fox News, Gutfield, who would always talk about, like, oh, we need to protect free speech. Free speech is speech that you don't like. All of a sudden, river to the sea. Well, I don't like that. They should not be able to say that. This is why you can't watch Fox. You can't watch CNN. You can't watch anything. You got to get your news from YouTube. This is why Elon Musk is so important, protecting what's called X now. You see Tucker in Moscow interviewing Putin. This will be huge. So I encourage everybody here, if you like this kind of content, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and more importantly, check out the Tucker Carlson interview with Vladimir Putin, which is going on sometime this week. So I will touch base with you on February 8th when the primaries in Nevada, the caucuses in Nevada go down, where Trump is on the ballot, and we will once again reinforce that Nikki Haley has no path and Donald Trump is the Republican nominee. The question, which we'll talk about next time, is who should Donald Trump consider for Vice President of the United States on his ticket? In the meantime, please subscribe, please like this video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks again for tuning in to the Ray Report. Alrighty, see you guys.